Hello, people of the internet, and welcome to another video here on Pez of the Mind. I am James Phoenix. With me is Chris the Mole,
Hello.
and we are here to talk about WWE Hell in a Cell 2018, right here on Slamtube.
Yep.
Just ended. Decent pay-per-view. I think it was very enjoyable. We're gonna go ahead and go through the matches. We'll skip the pre-show as usual, so we won't worry about that. So our opening match was a Hell in a Cell match, the first of two, which featured Randy Orton taking on Jeff Hardy.
Yep.
I didn't see the first couple of matches, so we'll talk about them.
Yeah, this was a pretty good match. I enjoyed it for what it was. I thought the ending was slightly convoluted as fuck because Jeff Hardy sets up two ladders, including the tiny one next to the big one. So it's like that, and when he goes up the tiny one just to go onto the big one, because I think he was going to do his flip over, but there wasn't enough room. And he goes over and he goes to jump off the top, and there's not enough room, so he climbs along the top. And when he drops down and hits through a table, and Orton pins him. Orton was on the table, but they say he moved at the last second. But when the camera cut to him falling through it, Randy was already off, so I don't know how fast he moved.
Yeah.
It might have been fast, I don't know. But if it wasn't, the camera did a good job hiding it. But there was a great spot where he got a screwdriver and popped it through Jeff Hardy's pierced ear and started like twisting it, which was cool. It looked sick and it was cool. It was something different that we hadn't seen before.
Yeah.
And overall, it was an enjoyable match for what it was. I didn't expect it to be too spectacular, with Jeff rumored to have been injured. And I think he is, because he looks like he's going to take time off after this.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't really taken time off since his injury.
Yeah.
They just rested him a bit in between.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a pretty solid match.
Yeah. So good. The second match of the night was the SmackDown Women's Championship match between Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch.
Yep. And this was a good match. Those two connect really well in the ring together. And the winner of this match is Becky Lynch. Which, yeah, it was a pretty solid match. It was cool to see her get her belt and get the belt back. I should say, not her belt, get the belt back. Which I didn't expect that. I kind of thought Charlotte was probably going to win it. But I do like both people. I'm not complaining. So either way, I was happy, and I was glad to see her win. That's
good. Yeah, it's good that the writer of the SmackDown realized how over Becky Lynch was and that she deserved to have the title.
Yep. And it's cool to see her with the title again.
Yeah. Match number 3 was the Raw Tag Team title match. Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre defending against Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose.
Yep.
And I came in partway through this match, and these guys left it all out there. They put on a hell of a match. They did a great job.
Yeah, it was pretty okay. I enjoyed, like I said, I enjoyed this match. They normally have pretty solid working out together. The whole tag element was different for what we'd seen previously with those guys, and it was fun. I liked this match.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I thought it was an enjoyable match. Ziggler and McIntyre retained, so good for them. And I like the interesting finish where McIntyre had a Claymore on Rollins, and the way Rollins fell and Dolph, who was out on Rollins' shoulders, landed. He just happened to land on Seth. That was kind of cool.
That was kind of cool.
All right. The match after this was AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe for the WWE Championship. Also a great match. I was kind of surprised that Joe didn't win, but they did an interesting thing with the controversy where AJ rolled over the coquina clutch into what was a pinfall because Joe's shoulders were down, but AJ technically tapped before the 3 count went, but the ref didn't see it.
I'm going to say you say interesting. I do not think that means what you think it means.
Yeah.
Well, I argue, how many feuds has AJ Styles had since he's been champion?
I don't know, maybe 4 or 5.
Okay, how many of those did they constantly have shenanigans?
That's true.
be it low blows or tripping on an announce table with Owens and all the other stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's like he's incapable of winning on his own straight away, which is weird. And
Yeah.
his opponents are incapable of winning on their own straight away, and it's until the end where AJ normally wins.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'd hope Joe wins, but at this point he's just a joke because he keeps losing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the same controversy we keep seeing, and I'm sick. I'm kind of sick of it for the SmackDown title because it's the same shenanigans all the time.
Mm-hmm. That's true, it is. And it is frustrating, especially given that AJ and Joe did put on a great match, and these two guys do know each other so well from having worked together so long, even before the WWE. But I'm assuming that's just going to mean it's going to lead the feud into a more intense match down the line.
I'm just going to quote Joey the King Lawler. If it didn't happen in WWE, it didn't happen.
Fair enough.
I'm joking. Obviously, that stuff in TNA was fucking brilliant.
Mm.
Like those two and Christopher Daniels as well was a great combination in TNA. It's an amazing.
So you have TNA. I wonder where WWE got the idea for a red cage with a roof on it.
Yep.
Anyway, after this match, we had a mixed tag match with The Miz and Maurice taking on Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella.
Yep. Which this was okay.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised at the outcome. I didn't expect Miz and Maurice to win.
Yeah, that's what I said to you.
Yeah, although I did expect the finish to involve the women, so I was at least right on that count.
Yeah, I didn't. I expect that. I said to you, I expected Brie to win, just because Miz won last time, so I thought it was like the 50-50 booking.
Yeah.
But they're probably building it so when Bryan wins, it's a bigger deal.
Yeah.
But it was an okay match, to be fair. It wasn't as terrible as I expected.
Yeah.
This was definitely the cool down match, though.
Yeah, agreed.
And it prolongs the feud, and having a mixed tag does prolong the feud without having to go to the shenanigans every pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And it's not just one-on-one, so it's like, okay, now you're mixing up with the women involved, then it's going to get represented at the Evolution pay-per-view.
Probably.
I think that's the matchup. I thought they announced it was going to be Maurice versus Brie at Evolution.
Okay, they may have. I might have missed that.
I might have missed. It might not be, to be fair. The matchup I thought should have been now is the Iconics versus the Bellas.
That would have been a good match.
Because I don't think it would have been that good a match, to be fair. Because everyone that's not that good. As much as I do like the Bellas, the Iconics would definitely slow that down. But the Iconics are basically the Bellas 2018.
Kind of, yeah.
Like with Bliss versus Trish, I feel it's old versus new.
Right. Fair enough. Speaking of Bliss, we had Alexa Bliss challenging Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's Championship.
Yep.
She had Alicia and Mickey in her corner, while Ronda had Natalya in hers.
Yep. I know some people online will complain that Bliss got in too much offense, but I'm okay with this.
Yeah, I will admit it was more balanced than I thought. I thought Ronda was just going to destroy her, but I did like they balanced it out, made Alexa at least seem like a threat.
Yeah, and to be fair, you weren't complaining about it.
No.
But I know some people online will probably complain about that. But it's a case of, to be fair, it's not like she was a threat or a challenge. She had 3 other people on the outside constantly interfering and helping her.
Yeah.
And if you constantly interfere and you constantly help her, then what's going to happen? She's going to have at least a chance. So it was that style thing, if that makes sense, that style booking. And Ronda still picked up the victory, which she should, in a new outfit.
She did. It was a good outfit.
Speaking of outfits, I kind of liked Maurice and Mrs. from the previous match. Their matching white outfits with the goggles.
That was cool. That did look good.
I like that. It's both ridiculously look at us, while also being extremely tacky. Which totally suits them.
I was going to credit to Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella for having matching ring gear, but minus points for stealing the Hardy's 1990s color scheme.
But to be fair, it was blue and white.
Yeah.
Their main matching stuff was blue and white with yes mode.
Yeah. All right.
Available now on WWE Shop.
Totally. 40% off T-shirts and 20% off titles tonight only.
Yep, which is why Brie Bella's only went up to her waist. Well, up to her belly because it was 40% off.
Exactly.
Boom.
All right. And our main event tonight was a Hell in a Cell match for the WWE Universal Championship. Roman Reigns defending against Braun Strowman in his Money in the Bank cash-in match with special guest referee, the hardcore legend Mick Foley.
I'm going to go on record to say Mick Foley was just completely useless in this match, just the letter P in pneumonia.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, they had him in there, so you're like, oh, what's going to happen to Foley? And we'll get to that when we get to the big bit at the end, but nothing, really.
Yeah.
He's just sort of there.
Yep.
Braun and Roman did have great match. To be fair, I always like their matches anyway. And they're using weapons, and it's a pretty solid match. I'd give this match of the night. And midway through the matchup, the Shield come out, and so. But before that, Braun's team comes out of Ziggler and McIntyre. They try and get involved when the Shield come out to even the odds, which is fun because you got those guys beating each other up on the outside. Jim?
Yeah, and it worked out very well. I like that they used those guys to do some of the more high-flying spots that they either didn't want to risk Roman Reigns and Braun on or felt that might not work well because of the size of those guys. So I really like that they used them to kind of enhance the crazy shit that was going on with the cell, with climbing up top, and then Rollins and Ziggler both falling off the side of the thing through two tables. You know, Ambrose climbing up the side of the thing with a kendo stick on his back and then using it on top of the cell.
Yep.
Like, they really used those guys to really enhance the match. I thought that was great use of those four guys.
Yep. Then we have Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, out of nowhere, Brock Lesnar. Logo-less Brock Lesnar.
Yep, he comes out in a plain black top, and he comes out with Paul Heyman, who all he does is pepper spray Mick Foley, who collapses to the floor.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Brock kicks the fucking door off the cell, flying towards the ring, which gets a louder reaction than people going through tables.
Yep. I got a holy shit chant from the audience.
It did, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was cool. And then he proceeds to just destroy Reigns and Strowman.
Yep. He actually throws the cage, the cell door in the ring, and then he picks both guys up and hits them with F5s and shit. And he picks up a broken table. He just starts beating them both with it.
Yep. And then leaves, and the ref counts to 10, and the match is over. Neither man could get up.
Yeah, they sent out a backup ref to replace Foley, who was down by pepper spray.
Yep.
So, no contest, and I'm going to take a wild guess that this is now going to be some kind of triple threat match that will happen at the Super Showdown. And
now, on the WWE Network, you can follow this up with Mick Foley talk about his days in Hell in a Cell.
Yep.
Which would be extremely on the nose, I feel, because he basically went from being the guy that fell off the cell and went through all that and got back up and came back in to down instantly from pepper spray and was like, no, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me in a cell.
Yep.
And it's like, no, even Triple H did worse to him in the cell, and he threw him and he goes through the top and through the ring, which was brutal as fuck.
Yeah.
This was just, no. So that bit was disappointing.
A little bit. But
yeah, ratings.
Yeah, was it overall a good pay-per-view? I think this is a great pay-per-view. I would rate this pay-per-view at a solid 9 out of 10. I think it's a very enjoyable pay-per-view. The matches there was good match. There were no shit matches on this pay-per-view as far as I'm concerned. Everything was at least acceptable to pretty darn good. And I think that overall it's an excellently booked pay-per-view, and I think it was entertaining all the way through.
That's fair. I'll give it 1 thumb up. It was pretty solid. There were some weak spots. And as I mentioned, like the Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, it was good for what it was, but it wasn't anything as much as you'd expect. Because like people thought like Jeff would jump off the cell or do some crazy shit, but he just sort of gently fell into a table.
Yeah, yeah.
The mixed tag was sort of a dud in terms of how good it was. But yeah, like I said, overall, it was still a pretty enjoyable one for what so the matches that were left were either kind of okay or enjoyable. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a solid 4. It could have been better, but because I feel like they wasted the concept of Hell in a Cell and Mick Foley. Like they're like, oh, the nostalgia will sell this match, and you're like, no.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. 1 from up.
That's fair. I respect that. I would say minus points for Baron Corbin not trying to come out and cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase that Braun gave him.
Yep.
That would have been funny. Anyway, this has been Hell in a Cell. Join us coming up in October when we have 2 pay-per-views. There will be both the first ever all-women's pay-per-view Evolution, as well as the first pay-per-view to emanate from the land down under, Australia, with the Super Showdown.
First pay-per-view to emanate from Australia this year.
Had they done that before?
Ground Zero.
Okay. Fair enough.
It was in the Attitude Era. It's cool.
Okay. First pay-per-view for Australia in a very long time.
Yep.
All right.
And I believe it's Super Showdown first, then Evolution.
Oh, okay. My bad. Thank you. All right.
Because I think Super Showdown's on the 6th or the 3rd of October.
Oh, okay.
But
stay tuned for those. He was Chris the Mole. I'm James Phoenix.
Hello.
And stay tuned because we're going to be talking about this month's WWE, this month's PlayStation Plus games. Yeah, that. See you in a few minutes. Peace.